Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So winning the war is different than winning the battle. OnePlus can definitely win the war in 2019 if they stay on this pace. Now I say that because the OnePlus device that I have in my hand, the 6T, I've pretty much reviewed every OnePlus except for some of the early models. But I gotta tell you, OnePlus, I think, not on paper, is winning the war. So what I mean by that is Samsung and Apple dominated the sales in 2018 pretty much through all quarters, I believe. I'm not keeping track of that, but I know in the third quarter, Samsung of 2018, Samsung and Apple dominated the sales, and it'll probably be the same in the fourth quarter. However, beauty is in the eye of the beholder type of cliche thing we got going. OnePlus can win this war in 2018 if they stick with phones like this. The OnePlus 6T is offering everything that every other flagship is offering and more. However, they just got started with T-Mobile as a carrier back in 2018, and that soared, that took them way up. People starting to know now, wow, there are phones out there that cost much less than Samsung, Apple, LG, HTC, all these other companies, and it's offering more and better performance. So the reason I say that they can win the war in the end is because I was holding my Galaxy Note 9 and I was holding the OnePlus 6T. And in all actuality, I've been using the OnePlus 6T in my main SIM card, not an iPhone, not a Samsung. I've been using this for pretty much the finishing off the year of 2018, and now we're in 2019, and it is January 1st, 2019, and this is the first video that I chose to make. So there's a lot going on here. You've got killer battery. I mean, fantastic battery. At the recording of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and pop up my battery stats here. And it looks like I've got 5 hours and 11 minutes with 45% left, and the last time I charged this phone was 24 hours ago. I'm gonna pop that up on the screen. That is the type of battery life that you long to get from every phone that you purchase, especially phones that you're purchasing that cost more than the OnePlus 6T. The OnePlus 6T is optimized perfectly. You got about a 3700 milliamp hour battery inside. This model has 8 gigs of RAM. You can actually grab this phone for as low as $550, brand new, directly from OnePlus with 6 gigs of RAM. Base storage is 128 gigabytes. Why are other companies not doing this? So OnePlus is on to something. And the design of the OnePlus is beautiful. I mean, you just can't go wrong with the design of a phone that's all screen with just a little cutout at the top. That doesn't bother me at all because I like the Essential phone. I don't have a problem with every other phone that I have that has that cutout at the top as long as it's useful. And when you think about, when we say things about the Galaxy Note 9, where we say it has everything packed in, the Galaxy Note 9 has the S Suite, the S Pen Suite. That is the jump that it has on phones. If you're a productivity person, you might say, okay, well, I want to use that. You can sign PDF files with your finger, but it's just a little bit, it's not like a pen input. And just so you know, this phone can use those little stylus. You just have to purchase one for $1 online somewhere, and you can do the same thing. But productivity goes to a different level when you have phones like this with the same size screen and just as good a screen. Maybe not the best, maybe not better, but just as good. But you consider the price. You consider the price. You think about that. I can probably do notes and all that stuff on here. I just have to buy a little. I have a little stylus that I use for all my other phones. But ultimately, I'm not holding those phones when I want to sign a PDF or, write on the screen or something like that. I'm probably holding the Galaxy Note 9. However, OnePlus, to me, can be the one company that really makes their mark in the US if they decide to continue to keep prices a lot lower and offer more, technically on paper. But with that comes a whole bunch of other things. Performance. This phone performs well. Now, I named it number 2 in 2018 on my list of best smartphones. Because Samsung really did bring the thunder. OnePlus took away the headphone jack. They can't do things like that. You have to, because Samsung may be offering that higher price tag and they're offering all the things there, but is it worth going up that? Are you going to spend that much more money on a phone and I'm not just targeting Samsung. This goes for Apple and all these other devices too that cost more than the OnePlus. Are you willing to spend that much more money just to have a headphone jack? Just to have wireless charging, just to have an IP rating? This phone doesn't have those things. It doesn't have wireless charging, it doesn't have an official IP rating, and it doesn't have a headphone jack. After that, when you consider what you're getting here, you're getting a whole bunch more. This phone is very comfortable to hold. Think about the day-to-day tasks for things. The camera records in 4K at 60 FPS and just 60 frames per second, period. There are phones out there like the Pixel who don't even have that. And it has a nice large screen. It has the same size screen as the Note and other phones that are 6.4 inches, but it has a small body. It's a smaller body, much smaller, rounded corners. OnePlus, they may have lost some of the battles throughout the year of 2018 with, oh, it doesn't have this feature, it doesn't have that. But I think they're winning the war because they're winning people over. Tons of people name the OnePlus 6T as their favorite device or the OnePlus 6. So I think when you consider what you're getting from OnePlus, OnePlus needs to continue on this path. Now, I put out a video last year about the McLaren edition and people said, Jay, it's just a limited edition. Okay, I'll agree. It's a limited edition phone. I personally think the Thunder Purple was more of a limited edition phone, but the McLaren edition is a collector's edition. Nonetheless, I'm getting the same performance in this phone as all those other phones. And the fact that I'm getting 10 hours of screen on time and more than 24 hours of use, I'm getting between 36 to 48 hours of use on every charge with this phone. That speaks volumes above Apple, Samsung, HTC, LG, Motorola. It speaks volumes above all of them. OnePlus, in the year of going into 2020, you will hear me say that a OnePlus device is probably number one if they stick with something like this. If they stick with this and go forward and keep topping it on without getting the price high like other phones. This is a fantastic device. And I'm choosing to use it right now to start off the year 2019. I use it all the way out of the year 2018. And it's just been great. I would put my SIM card into another phone and I would think, man, just the feel in hand, the big screen. There are some things that I don't like about it, but I've already gotten into that with other videos. But overall, this package is great, folks. It's an affordable package. You're getting a lot. And I also want to applaud T-Mobile for actually putting in the effort to sell the phone. Most people, when you walk into a store, you don't hear people pushing anything other than Samsung. They have big Samsung displays and Apple displays at the front of the store, and everybody else is at the back of the store. Now, when I went into the T-Mobile store here, most of them do have the OnePlus kind of on the side and to the back, but they all said the same thing. That phone is selling like hotcakes. People are lining up for that phone. I sold a whole bunch of those. We're sold out. All these things. So if you don't have a OnePlus 6T or a OnePlus 6, well, they're still available. Obviously, I'm going to say hit the link down below so you can get 20 bucks credit towards your case or something like that, or earbuds, whatever, your tempered glass, whatever you want to order with that $20 credit that they'll give when you use the link below. However, just buy the phone. This phone is going to really impress you because it doesn't do any good to have a beautiful screen, great cameras, beautiful hardware, if the phone won't stay off the charger for very long. And when you use it, you're not getting much use out of it. I'm sure that if I hammered this phone home, like just consistently, I would get more than 10 hours of screen on time. But that is the max that I've gotten with my regular usage. I've gotten 10 hours and like 15 to 20 minutes nearly on every charge. Every charge. And some people asked, how did you do that, Jay? I didn't do anything. I have all my accounts syncing. I have all my social media syncing. I have everything synced like every other phone. Credit OnePlus for doing a great job at optimizing their system. It's your man, Jay Will. I will see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year. January 1st, my first video. OnePlus, you're doing a great job. It's your man, Jay Way. It's your man, Jay Way.